All right, hello there. Welcome in. This is a little random reading I do for whoever needs to hear this message. If you're called here by the title, then it's for you, okay? If this is your story in the extended, I'll talk about timing and I'll also talk about other zodiac signs that you may come across. I'll probably pull a card for each zodiac sign just so you can kind of get a little bit more info, okay? So whatever wants to come through today, let's see where we're going. If you missed the twin flame reading, Souls on Fire, my other YouTube channel, has the reading for everything for twin flame is over on Souls on Fire. So check it out. We'll put a link in the description box so you can easily find that channel. All right, let's see where we're going today. Who needs to hear this message, please? Who needs to hear this message? Let's see. All right, fogged in. Discovering truth. You stand in the light of truth. Go slow. Take your time. Trust that there's a divine plan. Wow. So this does feel a little bit like, hey, why have you left me here? There doesn't seem to be a lot of momentum. Okay. And you could just be feeling very lost or left behind, or like, you know, this is one of those times when people question whether they have their connection, you know, to God is working. They're not hearing their guidance. They're not hearing what they need. But there's something, there's a reason for you to stand still right now. There's a reason. Okay, so if you're having that experience, trust that there's a divine plan. You stand in the light of truth. Underneath is the Queen of Cups. I'm going to use a different spread right here. There's the Nine of Swords for the anxiety. All right, anxiety going on. The situation is justice. I'll take you through this spread in a second here. Opportunity is the Queen of Coins, Queen of Pentacles. The universe is basically saying to you, help people. I'll talk more about that. The foundation of how we got here is the Knight of Cups. Where are we going? The Queen of Swords. Look at all the queens we got here. In the past is the Tower. Okay, and I'll finish the spread when we get to the extended, but this is enough for now. The Queen of Cups underneath is the energy of your feelings. Okay, so when you are aligned with your feelings, there's just this beautiful sense that I'm going in the right direction. I'm not feeling that right now. This is all too much up in your head. Are you overthinking things? Too much up in your head a little bit? Libra energy, too much people pleasing, too much. I think this is a lot of worry that you're not doing the right thing. Or if you're worried you're not doing the right thing, let's see where we go. You might in the past have had this Tower moment happen and then nothing. And then silence. So in my my group, Accelerate Your Ascension, which is happening today, this sense of, okay, everything got blown apart, or things have left. I've gone through the Tower moments, okay, but then there's this like the wind dies, like there's no movement, there's no nothing, and that's known as a void phase when. It's not like the dark night of the soul. It's more void. It's more like a void. Just like I don't feel depressed or I don't feel necessarily that upset during my waking hours. But in the middle of the night, I'm getting poked by fear. All right. I'm getting poked by fear. And so much so that, hey, I've been through Tower moments, or I just had a Tower moment. Now what do I do? Some of you are finishing up some kind of, maybe a divorce, finishing that, or in some kind of legal situation. But Libra here to me says there's something here about too much thinking. Too much thinking. It's possible that you're thinking too much about a person or a relationship that didn't work out. Some of you are thinking about a job or a way of life that isn't happening anymore, and you're like, okay, what's the next step? What's the next step? Right? Like, I've got to take a step pretty soon. So here's what I want to say to you, that January 21st through the 23rd is a really good opportunity with this new moon in Aquarius to plant the seeds of the future you want to create. Some of us have that void phase and we don't know. I've seen it in the comments. I've experienced it where you're like, okay, it's what do I want? What do I really want? I'm having a hard time figuring that out. If that's true, I do feel like there might be a need for you to look at relationships right now. Look at past relationships. The queen that's missing is the Queen of Wands. Some of you might have let go of a person or gone through a breakup or something like that, with especially with this Tower and this Justice. And it just has this sense of like, okay, where am I going? What do I want to create? What's the next step here? I feel like it has to do with your own personal truth. And I feel like it has to do with maybe I've lost the plot or lost the thread. Maybe I do need to really work on my manifesting. Maybe I really do need to work on my meditation. Maybe I need to go to some kind of retreat. Maybe I need to pull back on so many duties every single day. What's going on for you? Okay? What's going on for you? You're showing up as the Ten of Wands. The Temperance card is in the near the immediate future. The Page of Pentacles, and the outcome is the Two of Pentacles. So you've got a lot going on here. I definitely see that. And I feel like there's a fear of not really knowing the next direction. This feels inert. This feels like inertia to me. Let me use this to clarify. I'm going to pull a card. This is a different way of doing things, and I don't usually do this, but let's do this. Those of you who take my tarot class know this. I'm going to pull a card. I'm going to lay another spread right on top of this, and it's a clarification spread. One card for each of these, okay? One card for each of these. We're going to pull a second spread, and you'll see how it goes. All right, you'll see how it goes. Because we are asking the universe for some help here. All right, so the Nine of Swords is clarified by the Emperor. You really do have to take a leadership role in what you want to create in your life. Some of you are also having some backlash from, or some fallout from a toxic relationship that you've just received, you've just gotten out of. And there's a release and a relief about getting out of a situation, a job or a person or a relationship that wasn't working. But then there's the sense of like, now what? Okay, so you're showing up here as the Emperor. The clarification card for the Justice card is this Seven of Cups, meaning that feels a lot unclear. The relationship feels a lot unclear, or obviously the next step feels very unclear, because that's what our issue is here. And I feel like some of you, when you get done worrying, like during the day, you are taking steps, but you're still not sure of where you're going. You're still not sure of this divine plan. The opportunity here is the Queen of Coins, and the Eight of Coins, that's an alignment. That's about like, okay, you got to put in some time and effort, because things have been cleared away, or things are being cleared away. This is a new day. This is unfamiliar territory. Okay, unfamiliar territory. What's the universe saying to you? You have what you need. All right, you have what you need. We're asking you to give some help to people, to do things that are going to help people, and you do have what you need. So that is a clue. All right, you might have the expertise already. You might have the resources to do something. Let me keep going here. The Knight of Cups, Four of Cups. Some of you have really resisted other people coming in to help you. Aries energy here is very much going it alone. Nine of Pentacles is going it alone. Queen of Swords is very much going it alone. Oh, look at that. Queen of Pentacles showing up again. So in the immediate in the near future, right here, and the future that's coming after that, I do feel like you see this very clearly, but you have to put in some time and effort. You can't only allow, and I think what's going on underneath here is the expectation that you just allow, right? You just allow things. There's no movement, there's no action. And that could be, give yourself a break, that can be because we've just emerged from a Mars retrograde. Mars retrograde, especially if you're a fire sign, especially if you have Aries or Libra showing up here, Aries, Libra, Cancer, Capricorn, the cardinal signs. If you have those things going on for you in some of your major parts of your chart, then you could have felt blocked. And part of the block is like a mental confusion. This is asking you to just take a step forward. It doesn't have to be the perfect step. Don't let perfect get in the way of the good. Okay? And do things that are good and nurturing for yourself, that feel creative, that feel good, that feel that excite you, that inspire you, all of that. Do that. Because that will put you in alignment with where you want to be. It will also put you in alignment with the higher vibe of even maybe where you want to be, because that's expansion. I'm getting Jupiter energy here. The Tower is the Queen of Swords. Again, the Queen of Swords. And this is about hindsight is 2020. So look back on the past, not disasters, but look back on the things that have been happening in the past, breakups or situations that haven't worked out for you. How can you now use the energy of your own desire to move out of anxiety and take action? Take steps. Take steps one after the other. Don't expect other people to do things for you. This is really, you got to do this. So we still don't have the Queen of Wands. We've got a lot of Queen energy here. I have the Temperance card, which is the higher octave of Sag. But let me see. 10 of Wands, clarified by the 7 of Pentacles. The 10 of Wands is overdoing it. The 7 of Pentacles is about patience, grasshopper. Some of you keep doing stuff. This is a balance. This needs a balance. You do need to put in effort and time, but when you're not doing that, when you need to amp up that meditation, amp up manifesting, amp up understand your energetic frequency, understand what's going on for you energetically. And I feel like there's patience required here. Not doing, but patience. Something that is, and the patience here with the 9 of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. Patience is a virtue. But don't be stubborn. Don't get stuck in it, all right? Just be patient about things. Right in front of you is Temperance. So this is help from the angels coming in. Yep, inspiration coming in. That is what's going to fuel these steps. So get inspired. Get in the energy of inspiration and draw more of that to you. I do feel like you might have some clarity about what happened in the past, and that might inspire you toward what you're wanting to create or wanting to experience in this life. All right, the Page of Pentacles, clarified by the Fool. Freedom. I want to feel some freedom here. So freedom can be that you have enough money to do whatever you need. Freedom can be that you have offloaded somebody else's job or somebody else's responsibilities. Some of you are single and have come out of a relationship that was very codependent. It's time to lighten up. It's time to get into this beautiful Ace of Wands energy, and I love it. Outcome is the Tower. Wow. Okay, Tower. 3 of Cups, 7 of Swords, and the Magician. Yeesh. So I almost feel like this is saying to me that if you had something blow up on you in the past, you have to look at it again. I don't think you're seeing all the relevant elements of that blow up. The elements that relate to your stability, your security, the elements that relate to, like, you went through this big breakup and then nothing happened. You went through some kind of big thing and then there's no forward movement. Now, I have to say to you, you're watching this reading, if you're watching it right around the new moon in Aquarius, and when things are starting to move forward again, January 23rd, all planets direct, that's awesome. It's a time for planting seeds. It's a time for being inspired and really getting on the ball. This feels like you might have missed something in the past. You might have missed a truth. You might have missed that somebody wasn't telling you the truth. You might have missed that somebody was really manipulating you. You might have missed that there was a third party situation. It's almost like if you're wondering why this all went down, I think you missed it. And I do think you're going to see it very, very soon. This is like, essentially timing. The tower cards mean it's happening right now. So if you just went through an end of a job, there were people around who had the knives out for you. Okay? If you just went through an end of a relationship, somebody told tales out of school, somebody talked, somebody did something that was very shocking. Okay? And some of you just decided to blow that off. Like it wasn't meaningful. But I feel like you're going to, okay, so it reminds me of, I think it reminds me of that movie, The Sixth Sense. I'm getting two movies in my head. One is called Memento, which is a movie that is backwards, right? The guy leaves notes for himself in the past, or something like that, and he unfolds the mystery. He's going backwards in time. So he leaves messages for himself, and then he wakes up and it's yesterday or something like that. And so those messages are little breadcrumbs from yourself that's in the future. This is more like The Sixth Sense, that when you watch that movie, when you know the outcome of that movie, when you have that different perspective of, oh, wow, Bruce Willis was dead the whole time. When you recognize that, then you got to go back and watch the whole movie again, don't you? Because you're like, now, if he's dead, how did he show up here? He showed up at the restaurant and his wife didn't even pay. Oh, she couldn't see him, right? Like it gives you a new appreciation for things. And I feel like you have been hiding from this awareness because it might be painful. But there was a moment in time when something blew up on you and you decided not to take it in. Like, no, I'm not going to have any emotion around this, or I'm just going to move on. But it's coming up through, your dreams. The Nine of Swords, you're back to this original thing. It's coming up through your dreams. So what are you experiencing as overthinking? And how are you now as stable during the day? This tower is going to come in again, and you're going to see it again. You're going to see the thing you missed. I almost feel like somebody was very manipulative around you. Oh yes, the Five of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles. Somebody's jealous. There's somebody who's jealous. Could be an ex-partner. Maybe that was part of the breakup, and that person is sending you like negative vibes through the energetic energetic wavelength of negativity to you, or something like that. Someone is really trying to either take you down a peg or stop you or something like that. So they're giving you some kind of energetic hold on, like holding you back, really not wanting you to move forward. I feel like you kind of go, aha, I figured it out. I got it. And that's the moment in time that all this flips. Okay? I'm going to continue on with this. I'll pull cards for each individual zodiac sign to give you some guidance, and then I'll tell you where this is going. All right, link below if you want to continue on with me. I'll see you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.